Hey yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. All right, so in this video, we're going to be talking about this rumor that has resurfaced. It's in regard to if the GTA 6 protagonist, Jason Duval, whether or not he is a undercover cop, right? This is kind of resurfacing because of some more information that has been provided by Rockstar from all the GTA 6, the wonderful data dump, right? That GTA 6 or that Rockstar has given us for GTA 6. And you know what? I feel like we need to talk about this because it is, it'd be a major plot twist or, a plot details of GTA 6, right? Let me just go ahead and state up front. I really hope that this is not the case. And if it is, I hope that Rockstar, they are leaning on the kind of like the Too Fast, Too Furious kind of plot theme, or just the overall Fast and the Furious, where Paul Walker, R.I.P., his the character he played, Brian O'Connor, was a cop, trying to crack the case on who was this underground, this criminal underground organization. Ended up, shedding the badge and becoming one of the bad guys, kind of like a vigilante. I would hope that Rockstar kind of errs on that side if he is indeed an undercover cop. I want a happy ending with this game. I don't want to be forced to have to choose, which protagonist to take out, like in GTA 5. And just to be clear, the only answer is option C for GTA 5. Everybody lives, right? That's the only correct answer. So I don't want to have to be forced to, kill off Lucia or Jason. And if they do, like I said, again, just to reiterate, if they go the route where Jason is an undercover cop, I hope that he ends up becoming, kind of gets away from the badge, does a little bad to do good overall, and they survive this whole ordeal, right? And they make it out as a team. I want to see, kind of like the good guys kind of go bad, but they're really still good guys, like a vigilante. I don't want to see them, one guy end up lying to her and becoming a cop. And that's so overplayed. That's so, overdone. And it's kind of lazy and cliche. I don't want to see that. But let's talk about some information, right, that's leading people to believe that Jason could be a cop or an undercover cop. Okay, this kind of this goes back to rumors that were kind of coming out years and years and years ago, back in like 2019 or something like that. The whole Project Americas thing. There was rumors back then. I was looking this up and trying to find it, and some of the rumors back then, some of the leaks are true to what they are now. There's some hinting that there was like a Narcos kind of like cop theme, kind of like some kind of betrayal in those rumors. And furthermore, that the very first trailer for GTA 6 fueled this because of this little bit of this scene, this information that we got from the first trailer for GTA 6, where we're getting a POV view, or a first person point of view, and people are saying that this is Jason. But as you go through, that this is Jason right here. Like there was, I don't know, some, it could be anything though. It could be a cut scene or whatever. So they're saying that this is who, that's Jason. He's actually an undercover cop. But again, we don't know. But there's just, rumors coming around from this. And I'm not going to lie, the information that we got just, from the latest trailer and information from the latest GTA 6 data release, right? I kind of see where people would say this, right? Let's go ahead and look into see what I'm talking about here. So let's go ahead and look into this real quick. Jason wants an easy life, but things just keep getting harder. Jason grew up around grifters and crooks after a stint in the army trying to shake off his troubled teens. He found himself in the Keys doing what he knows best, working for local drug runners. It might be time to try something new. So, like I was talking about on the video or my live stream today, when they use the word stint, this is kind of referring to a prison term or a prison sentence. Maybe the judge was like, okay, you've committed this crime. You either do time in jail or you go into the military. That was something that happened back in the day. Judges would give people an ultimatum, military or prison time. So it led me to believe that he got in trouble and the judge, gave him an ultimatum. and he decided to go to the military. So now we know that he's got military training, right? And we know that, law enforcement typically, goes for people who have military background. So those type of people do tend to, go into law enforcement. And then meeting Lucia could be the best or worst thing to ever happen to him. Jason knows how he'd like it to turn out, but right now it's hard to tell. So this, again, very vague, but foreshadowing maybe that, he knows, that he's in love with her and he wants it to work out. But he doesn't know that, because he's working undercover, right, that there could be some kind of issue with this. Fast forward on, and now we're going to kind of meet Lucia here. Lucia Caminos, Lucia Caminos. Lucia's father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. So already we know that Lucia's father, patriarch, headstrong, teaching his daughter how to handle herself, as any father would, right? Maybe she needs to learn how to handle herself because they're in a life of crime, right? Life has been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in the United Penitentiary. Sheer luck got her out. Lucia's learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here. So fighting for her family landed her in the United Penitentiary. So this can mean a lot of things, right? However, it seems like it means that, taking one for the team, maybe for the family, or doing something, involving in like narcos, or maybe she killed somebody, right? Maybe not something that serious, but something in the family business got her in trouble. And then this right here is damning. This is one of the most damning things that would lead me to believe that this could be, this rumor, this conspiracy, right, that Jason Duval is an undercover cop, could be true. Sheer luck got her out. If you know anything about the American penitentiary system, the prison system, or any prison system, luck ain't getting nobody out. It's almost an act of God that has to get you out of jail. Sheer luck got her out. It seems like maybe she has, her family are narcos, right? They're drug runners, they're cartel. And to get her out, maybe she had a connection with Jason Duval when they were younger, or they had a fling or something. Now he is in a pinch. He's working undercover to clear his name. And law enforcement, the DEA or whoever, the FBI, whatever, right? They getting her out to come, to get them together so Jason can work her for intel and to, bust her drug family, her cartel family or whatever. She wants the good life no matter what. She wants it because she feels like it's owed to her, right? So that's more motivation for, the powers to be, to get her out of prison, link her up with an undercover cop who's also maybe a previous fling, right? And this is why Jason is kind of dealing with this. I'm in love with her, but I'm also, under the thumb of the law enforcement where I'm undercover cop. So if that is the case, I just hope that they play it to where they work together and kind of, double cross on the cops and get away with everything. It's a happy ending. Furthermore, this scene from the trailer kind of hints at maybe this cop knows who Jason is or has recognized him, and Jason's kind of a little shy about it. It could also mean that maybe he's just been in the penitentiary and this guy recognizes him for that. But he's here to pick up Lucia, so let's take a listen.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
That right there. I've seen you here before. And so that's kind of leading people to some conspiracy theories there. They have the same watch on. Let's just go back one more time on this.
Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
You might have.
So that right there, again, I get where people are seeing this or are thinking this. I do. I really do. Now we can fast forward a little bit in the on the second trailer, and this is kind of what leads me to think that maybe this isn't the case. These are just rumors, but there could still be some involvement. Or if he is an undercover cop, this is where maybe they're breaking away from it and they're getting from under the thumb of law enforcement and whatever family obligations that Lucia has. It literally shows Lucia, blowing up several police vehicles. So if you are undercover, you can't be out here murking cops out. That's not going to work. So if that is the case, they've obviously, are getting away from that. They're trying to get from under the thumb of the cops. This is definitely Lucia right here, right? This cop cars are getting destroyed. So, I mean, it could mean a couple different things. You know, this is fun to kind of get in and look at this. Maybe that, you know, Jason has to take Lucia out if this is the case now, which I would hate that. That was so lame. Or again, the undercover cop thing is bogus, or if it is true, they're trying to get away from the cops and the narco style, you know, family organization. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. This is very interesting. Again, like I said before, I hope that this is not the case. I don't want Jason to be an undercover cop and betray Lucia, and then we have to, at the end of the game, choose a side, just like GTA 5. Again, option C is the only option. And if that is the case, maybe there would be an option C in this game where they end up teaming up and going against the cops and the family, and we win. It's a happy ending. That's what I want. I want the good guys to do a little bit of bad to do good overall, right? Vigilante style. You know, I think that's what I would want in the game for the plot. There's apparently all these rumored plot twists, this, that, the other. So I just hope they don't get lost in the sauce and they make it too convoluted and it ends up kind of collapsing on itself under just cliche, tired plot twist themes that we've seen a million times, you know. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Is Jason an undercover cop? Or is he not? Are these just rumors? What do you guys think? All right. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. All right. Peace out. Yeah.